What's up, YouTube? So, in this video, you'll be talking about Micah Parsons, linebacker at Penn State. Continuing my 2021 draft class review thing. He's fantastic, man. He is another player that opted out, but he is one of the best linebacker prospects I've seen in a long time. He is the first true middle linebacker I've seen probably since Luke Kuechly. Let me get into it. Got my notes here. Grab them. So, I watched the film on him, right? Looked at his numbers, everything. There really isn't very many negative things to say about him. I'll get into the one flaw I seen in him later. One thing, they play him all over the field. They have him play in the slot. They have him play Sam, Will, and Mike linebacker. They put him on edge. They put him at nose tackle. They put him in B gap. And he's good at all those positions. Now, to me, he's a middle linebacker, but I would definitely move him around. Just really utilize that versatility. I feel like you have to. If you don't, you're missing out. He's not like the athlete that like a Devin Bush or Devin White was. Like, he's not as fast as them, but he definitely has the speed to get the job done. He can definitely run for sure. Hits pretty hard, tackles consistently. When he puts his hand in the dirt, he's actually like a really good edge rusher. He played defensive end in high school apparently, and you can tell. I looked that up after. But even just watching the film, I could tell that he played defensive end at some point. Because he is a natural pass rusher. He's really good at defeating people's hands when he's playing edge rusher. He's really good at getting his hands inside, swiping the hand down, and moving forward. Like, he's better than a lot of edge rushers I've seen. He is pretty good in coverage against like tight ends and running backs and stuff like that. I even seen him up against some slower slot receivers, and he did okay. And also one thing I like too is he doesn't really play hero ball too much. Like a lot of these top prospects, they try to do too much and they get themselves out of position. But nah, he just does his job and he does it well. He'll close up the gap, just do his job. He won't try to do too much, won't over pursue. Just get his job done. You know, people like Jalen Smith on the Dallas Cowboys, people like that, they tend to play hero ball, and it gets you into some bad spots, and that's kind of rough. That's just one example. There's plenty of players that do that, but it's been pretty glaring. If you watch any of the Cowboys games, and they've been in a lot of primetime games this year, so it's kind of hard to miss it. He's also really good at setting the edge too. If you put him on the edge, on run plays, he's really good at setting the edge and just making sure that there's no way of the running back bouncing out, so that when the others fill their gaps, there's just nowhere for him to go. Like he's really good at doing that. Let's see. Like I said, he can beat blocks really well because he sheds blocks on the edge rusher, but it also translates when he's off the line of scrimmage, when he's standing up. It translates to that as well. And he's very good at slipping blocks too, and being able to read what they're trying to do to him and just avoid the block entirely. But even if he does get hit, he's good at getting rid of blockers. Get into that one in a second. He also seems to be the general of the Penn State defense. Like, he's generally there telling people where to line up, what to do, stuff like that. So he does seem like a natural leader, which also screams Mike linebacker to me. I mentioned his good vision, but that with getting off blocks, but his vision in general is really good. He does get beat sometimes on misdirection, don't get it twisted, but for the most part, he doesn't let it get to him. He's a very intelligent player, and he reads his keys really well. So that's fantastic. He's also very patient. Like I said before, he doesn't like over pursue or anything like that. Just does his job, stays patient, and it's just fantastic. Like, there's not a whole lot of negative things to say about him. I mentioned that he can play all positions. And here's the thing. I think he is equally good as Sam, Will, and Mike. Now, obviously, you should play him at Mike at middle linebacker because there aren't that many true middle linebackers in the NFL. But if you're a team that already has a middle linebacker, but maybe you're missing a Sam or a Will, don't let that discourage you from drafting him because he can play both of those positions extremely well too. I mentioned that he does get beat on misdirection sometimes, but the real one negative I did see with him, and I think this is a very coachable thing. I don't see it as too big of an issue. He does have a tendency to stop running sometimes. Sometimes if he thinks one of his teammates is going to make a tackle, he'll slow down or stop running. But sometimes that ends up backfiring on him because sometimes the player gets off of his teammate and ends up breaking the tackle, and now he's got to get back up to full speed to go make the tackle. I need him to really use that speed and athleticism and just continue to run toward him. Just go make the tackle. Make sure that he's down. Don't stop. That's the one real negative I've seen from him, but it's not anything too massive. But I gotta mention it. But yeah. Anyway, I think that's pretty much gonna be it for this video. If you liked it, I appreciate you hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.